All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. This is Veronica Street Brown coming to you from McDonough, Georgia. And today, this is wonderful wind. I'm visiting my rose bush. It's gone through some changes, and that's how life is. The good thing about my rose bushes, I'm learning is that it will grow. Some new buds will come, and then the rain will happen, and then it'll fall off. But with proper pruning, they'll come back. So that's a really, really good thing. So I'm just learning to get in touch with nature, and it's teaching me to have patience, because we know that that God created the world in 7 days. But what I don't know, how long was the 7 days? Because his time is different than our time. And my birds are chirping, trees are blooming, different types of things. This is a beautiful day. The sky probably, I wanted to say the most beautiful blue that I've seen, but it's really mixed in with a little white, so it's a little cloud formation in the back. But the colors today, I mean, when they talk about nature colors and earth colors and green and blues and sand and everything, you can't get any better. And if you've heard us say that God is a master artist and is a masterpiece, and he created everything, the heavens and the earths and you and me and everything in the universe, it becomes so, the Bible becomes so real when you slow down and pay attention to the world around you. And really, just the world around you. Come outside wherever you are, whether you're in the inner city, in the outer, whether you're in the country, whether you're in this, wherever you are, come outside and look around and begin to appreciate what he has created, because you didn't do this. Man added things to it, but the trees and all of that stuff that's happening, that's around your environment, that's the evidence is that somebody greater than you was responsible for the creation. And I heard Catherine Ponder said, my father is the king, and he created the kingdom, and it's his pleasure to give us the desires of our heart. That's kind of real. Very, very real. And got the mail. So I'm very happy because Mary A. Carter, I sent you some mail, and it came back because I didn't have enough postage on it. So you put some more postage on it, and we sent it out. So Mary A. Carter, when you get your envelope in the mail, that's gonna look something like, it's gonna look like this. Some good things are in that. Open it and call me. Let me know that you have received it. Today is Wonderful Wednesday. Wind Down Wednesday. W-I-N-D, Down Wednesday. For some, it's W-I-N-E, Wednesday. For others, it's Hump Day because, if you think about the camel and the humps, this is a day in between. So they said, okay, it's Hump Day. We made it here, and we're going to celebrate today and get ready for Thursday and Friday, and then become the weekend. So for me, Wednesday has always been a sort of chill day. Even when I worked a 9 to 5, I realized that doctors often took Wednesdays off. And I'm thinking, they're making more money than me. I'm going to follow the people that are making more money. And they say, if you see somebody or some profession or something that you want, then you got to study that and model that. So Wednesdays has always been my day. See, when you come in on Mondays, oh my goodness. Mondays has always been a very, very tough day of manifestations, because you are covering up and cleaning up and going through whatever happened. If you were closed on Saturdays and Sundays, and Mondays was just really, when you came in, you put your work hat on and your clothes, and you knew that you had your mindset, you was going to work hard on Monday, because you were off on Sunday, on some of you Saturdays and Sundays. So Monday, you paid for those times off. If you were customer service and people couldn't get you, your phones were going to be ringing, your messages center was going to be full. So Mondays was always that money-making Monday manifestation. Let's get back to the grind. Let's do the hustle. So you worked hard on Mondays, and Tuesdays, whatever you didn't finish on Monday, you put it over on your schedule for Tuesday. So that was, Monday was manifestation, money making Monday, and Tuesday was Terrific Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday. You transformed people in your world by the things that you did. Things that you didn't do on Monday, you put it over on your calendar. So Tuesday, you began to transform some things, and you worked hard Monday and Tuesday. So when Wednesday came, you were like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. It's wonderful Wednesday. And you had opportunity to take a breath, because you had put things in order from Monday and Tuesday. So Wednesday, it really wasn't so bad if you worked hard on Monday and if you worked hard on Tuesday. Wednesday, then you had an opportunity to breathe a little bit. Take a look at your schedule, and you plan, and don't plan any difficult things on Wednesdays. Wednesdays were great. Like when I was a social worker, Wednesdays were good family days. It was good days to have visits with the family, because family did what they normally did, what they needed to do, and that anticipation of coming to visit their children. So Wednesday was a good day. Wednesday was a good day. As I said, a lot of the doctor's offices had a skeleton schedule, so Wednesdays were good for us. So we did that. Thursdays, we probably had doctor's appointments, because we had to make sure that the kids went to the doctors. And then, I forgot to say something that all social workers know well. Monday morning court time, because whatever happened and disrupted over the weekend, and you had 3 days to respond to whatever was going on. So if it was a situation that involved the court, then you had court on Monday morning, because you had to explain to the judge what happened over the weekend. So Monday mornings always had been somewhat stressful. And even other industries, Monday is money making Monday. So, and you've heard this thing said, how you set your Monday and what you do with your Monday determines the rest of the week. There's some truth in that. Yes, there is. So I've been blessed to come out of the work field. But work habits, ethical behaviors, things that you've done every day of your life, the habits that you've acquired every day of your life, they still are with you. You retire, maybe you retire from your job, but you don't retire from your lifestyle, and you don't retire from the habits. If you work 20 years, 30 years, some 40 years, There's a routine that you are accustomed to. Like you're accustomed to waking up at the same time. If you used to waking up at 5 o'clock or 5:30 for 30 years, don't you know that when you retire, your body hasn't caught up with what's happening, so the body just wakes up. It's used to waking up, so it wakes up. And you have to retrain your brain and your body, and you do all that. And see, you retire, but life still goes on, and you retire and you still have some responsibilities. If you have lived your life responsibly and have taken care of things responsibly and had an adequate savings and have adequate benefits and put away for a rainy day, then that retirement is good. That retirement is good. It's good when you have retired, when you have done what you needed to do during your work life. So when you retire, life still goes on and you don't skip a beat. Because your bills still come in. We don't live in a system where it says in your early years you'll have high bills and then as you get older the bills will decrease. Nah, we don't live in that type of system. So whatever your bills were before, they still are that. So hopefully the message is plan for the future. Even though tomorrow is not promised to us, while you are working on your A plan, that's what we call that, working your A plan when you're doing a job, being paid, and your expectation is you will get a certain amount of money for putting a certain amount of work in. And while you're working your A plan, put aside for your B plan. And Michelle Townsend, one of our diamonds, says the best time to work on your B plan is while your A plan is working. So when you hear a lot of us, and we will be talking, you'll hear about different streams of income, multi-level marketing. You'll hear about that. You can't even, it floods your timeline. It floods your Facebook. It's on everybody is saying, try this, do this, work from home. Everybody's saying moms, work from home, retirees, work from home, and even jobs and are realizing that working from home has its benefits. And it's cost effective if you can work from home. It's good on the economy because you really don't have to get out there and get in that traffic and clog up of the traffic. It's good that but you have to be disciplined. You must be disciplined because working from home means that you have to set your schedule. You got to flow with the day and not let the day flow over you. Which means if you want to be productive, you have to be disciplined enough to say you have to make a schedule and decide what things you want to do. But there's some flexibility in that too. So I'm just saying, because I was talking to my hairstylist and I got checked and one of the customers was like, you're doing just the way you're doing just fine. You see, because some people don't believe in schedules. Some people just put everything in their head and they do everything. And if that works for you, good. If that works for you, good. But for me, it works better when I write down a things to do list. And I'm trained to do that. And I write down a things to do list. And when I look at my task that I do, as I complete the task, I cross it off. Because my thing is, if it isn't scheduled, it most likely won't happen. Because my intentions are good, but it's up here. And life happens. And if I don't have it there, like have you ever decided, okay, on Wednesday is going to be my day to go shopping, or maybe Tuesday because Wednesday, because they changed the sales on Wednesdays. So Tuesday is my day to go shopping. So all weekend I'm writing down everything that I need, everything. And then Publix is great. I'm not just advocating for Publix, but they have a list. It's free, and it's a sheet, and it helps you organize dairy products, frozen, and all of that. And then I like that because I get those get a stack of them. So you're going through, you look in the refrigerator, write down all the things that you need from the dairy. You look in your cupboards, you look at all your dry goods, and you write all of that down. Do you remember doing that? And you go to the supermarket, and you look in your purse, and you have forgotten the list. Now, some of you young people, y'all don't use papers and lists anymore. Y'all got everything on your phone. So I guess I'm speaking to the baby boomers, who are people who still write lists and then who still forget the lists. And then you go to the store, and because you put the stuff on the paper, you didn't organize it in your mind, so you start randomly picking up things, and when you get home, the dinner that you were going to prepare, the main ingredient, you forgot because you didn't go down that aisle. So making a list is helpful for some of us, for setting things straight, for keeping us on track. And it doesn't matter what business you're in. Whatever business that you're in, they asked you to create a list. And now the new thought is creating a list is obsolete, because now they're introducing target marketing and marketing online and marketing through the social media, and you don't know the people that, you're developing a brand and you're putting that stuff out there. But I still believe in making a list, because if nothing else, when you make a list of your contacts, you get to practice on them. You get to get your marketing skill down, your elevator speech, as you will. You get to practice on them and do anticipate some resistance, because they're not used to you doing whatever it is, whatever new thing you're doing, they're not used to you doing it. So when you go in it with anticipating that, but their expectation is that if I get some yeses, that's great, but let me get them no's out of the way. And let me work on listening carefully to the no, so that I can overcome whatever the no's are, whatever the objections are. So, see, that's good for anything. It's good for anything. It's good for any business. If you read any network marketing book or pull it up on YouTube, there's some basic principles. There's some principles that come with network marketing. Doesn't matter what your product is. Success is a system. Haphazardly, you hit or miss, but if you have a system for success, and you do, as Jeff Olson states in The Slight Edge, you take the slight edge off because you do the mundane things every single day. If you know that whatever your goal is, you set a goal that you want to increase your business, you want to have two new contacts a day. So you have to go about exposing people. You have to go and take yourself outside. You have to go where you see the people, where the market, what market are you interested in? And you have to systematically do something every day. Because if you want to have to convert your 2 exposures that you say that you want to have on your whatever that is, your goal, your 2 contacts or your 2 encounters, but if you want to take it to the next level, say if you want to invite them to an event, then you got to know what your conversion rate is. So if I want to get 2 people to come to my meeting, then my 2 encounters, 2 exposures a day, then for the next week, I got to do that every day. So I might have to talk to 10 people or 20 people or 30 people and just really pique their interest and do some of the things that we need to do to get them to come to the next event. Why am I talking about this? Because this is the life we lead. This is a life we lead, and once you understand it, you'll be like, it's like no stress. So I'm into a couple of organizations, social and professional. And guess what? The thing is, the common denominator is people. Whether it's for my social group, like my Wonderful Wednesdays ladies group, what do we want? We want more ladies to come out and more gentlemen to come out so we can have a good time. So we market them. We send them, they call, hey, who's playing here? What's going on? Who's coming out? So you engage and you do engage in relationship buildings, but you need people. So you gotta talk to the people. So my powerful black sisters at the round table, need more members. How do you get more members? So we talk about recruiting, we talk about engaging, we talk about letting the people know what they will get and why should they come and check us out. American businesswomen, professional groups, same thing. Everybody needs members. People, they travel. It's been proven that if I leverage what others are doing as opposed to doing 100% of just what me, I'll get better results. I'll get better fruit. So we need to market. Now, some things are easy to market and some things are a little bit harder. But you always have to be very specific. You always give the person a reason why and what they'll get. Like today, if I want to talk about my paparazzi jewelry, because they encourage us to do Facebook Lives, and then you do, you put you maybe show 5 pieces a day, and you talk about that, because the Facebook will reach a lot of people. More people than if you just called up everybody. More people if you went snail mail and wrote everybody, hey, listen, if I'm into this jewelry, everything is $5. You can go on my website, you can pick it out, you can look it up and stuff. But if I write to people, then I gotta get some stamps and I gotta nail it. But if I do my Facebook Live a couple of times, like this right here, you'll know this is one of our blockbuster pieces, and this is a piece that I love. I collect these. I bought these from so many different paparazzi representatives that I would see. Paparazzi consultants, and then they have this little bracelet and this ring. I'm paparazzi down. I've got another bracelet on and another silver ring. Yeah, silver ring. All this stuff is paparazzi. Paparazzi is easy. It's affordable. People like to have fun. So, well, one thing I know for sure, whatever you do, make sure it correlates to whatever else you're doing. So, everybody knows me as a certified travel agent. And that's great, because when they think of travel, I want them to think of me. And now I'm increasing, because with our travel is our mainstay, and then we add products to our line. And I want you to think about Avon. And when Avon started, what was Avon famous for? And now I want you to think about Avon now. And Avon is selling, their product line is from really almost A to Z. They're selling clothes, they're selling skincare, they're selling everything. Because the concept is, once you get a customer and you get a satisfied customer, you sell to the needs of the customer. No different with travel. Travel was the main thing, is our main staple. So when people thought of travel, they think of us. When they see an airplane, they think of travel. Where's my travel agent? They want to go somewhere? Where's my travel agent? They want to plan a vacation? Call up my travel agent. Have a family reunion? Call my travel agent. Want to rent a car? My travel agent can help me with that. And then we went from that to saying, gotta be healthy. When you travel, you need to be healthy. You need to have some energy. So our company got into a relationship and they married a healthcare industry. Big bucks. So they did that. Okay, so got our travel, which is the spirit of what we do. And then we got health and body. We got that. And then we decided gotta do something with that mind. Everything comes and starts in the mind. Change your mind, change your mind, change your world. Change your mindset. Change your money. Change your money. Change your zip code. It's options. It's all about options. So my message today is just to open up your mind and be willing my area is so quiet, but I'm close enough to civilization that if somebody wants to race down the street, I can hear it, but I'm not bothered with that all day. So that's okay. But I was saying before, somebody wanted to rev up their engine because they have that option. They wanted to go real fast because it was too quiet. Open up your mind to options. Figure out what you want to do. What's going to make you happy? And do that. Do that. See, before I got connected, I got disconnected from my income, and I had to pray. I spent a lot of time in neology, a lot of time praying, because some things were happening. I really needed to create some income real fast or lose some things. And then I remembered, or I realized, or it became important, and I changed my whole ideology. I realized that we need a job for more than just paying the bills. A job was the identification. What's your religious foundation? What church do you go to? And I'm thinking, I'm up top, from up top, and you know, they clearly separated the church and the state. You wasn't supposed to talk about what your political affiliation, what church you went to, how much money you made. But certain parts of the region, they have a little assessment. It's not who you know. I mean, it is definitely who you know, not what you know, who you know. And some areas in the regions, in some regions, if you don't go to the right church, they don't want to talk to you. You don't have the right amount, a job making the right amount of money, they don't want to talk to you. So it was a really period of adjustment. But then I realized, forget all of that. If you didn't have any income, everything crumbled. Your lifestyle began to diminish, because if you couldn't pay your rent or your mortgage, and you couldn't have your car insurance, because it's against the law to drive without a car insurance, then if you took the risk and you drove without car insurance, then, you know, God forbid if something happened. I know we go on God's assurance, but if something happened in the realm outside of the spiritual realm, and you had an accident and you wasn't insured, it was going to cost you more. And they talk about assistance for those in need, but the reality of it is so many people in need, there's oftentimes not enough to go around. So that caused stress. And then you needed a job because, first of all, you lost your identity. Like, who are you? What do you do? I'm so-and-so, and I do such and such and this and that. But then when you don't have a job, then what do? Who are you? Who are you? Because all your life you've been identified by the positions that you hold, or the job, or your family, or whatever. So you go through a culture shock. your whole system goes through a transformation. Okay, so you survive that, and you get back into, gotta get back into the swing of things. Because I used to always say, when I used to go to Walmart, and I used to see the greeters standing at the door, and they were older than my grandma, may she rest in heaven. And I used to say, Lord, I don't want to retire and be a Walmart greeter. Not that I have anything against that. It's just that I didn't want that to be my goal in life. To have worked, to have retired, and to have to stand at the Walmart store, or any other stores really. I just happen to say Walmart because it's on my mind. But any of the stores that you stand and you guard these people, these multi-billionaire people's property. And if somebody has the gumption to shoplift and come through you, then your responsibility is to try to stop them. Older than my grandma, older than me, that's not fair. You should have different choices. You should have different choices. So that was always my thought. But I thought I was going to work till I was 72. I had no idea life would happen, and then I would have to be asked to or told to leave my good government job. I had to make an adjustment. And so what do? You look around and you think about all the things. So see, when you're young, we have lots of hustles. When I was young, you always had a side hustle. It was just good. It was stimulating. You had a lot of energy. You know, you name it, from A to Z, you name it. Amway did a little bit of that. ACN did a little bit of that. Black Arts did a little bit of that. Tupperware did a little bit of that. Kirby vacuum cleaners, yep. World Book Encyclopedia. You get my message. From A to Z, you always had a hustle. But when you get older, you don't want to work so hard. So, baby boomers, find something to do that you love, and it's not going to be stressful. It's all about relationship building. Meet some people, listen to some conversations, and help people in situations like you have solutions to some of their problems. And at the end of the day, you'll be happy and they'll be happy. So, my message today is find something that you like to do, share it with others, have a quality conversation, and share what you do, share what you love. And that's all you got to do. So, the sun is rising. Just wanted to have a brief conversation, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Yep, I'm gonna